Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and this is going to be a video response to Guitar Mikey 2's video on knives with black blades. I thought that was a really cool idea. It's out of the ordinary, something to kind of showcase a little bit of your collection, so I definitely wanted to be a part of that. As you guys can see, I don't really have too big of a collection of blades or knives with black blades, so I just kind of figured I'd show you guys what I've got. I guess I'll start from left to right here. I'll start with the this tiny one here. This is the SOG Fusion and the Micron Tanto. Great little last ditch backup knife. Very thin, fits anywhere. As you guys can have seen in some of my EDC videos, I keep this in back of one of the patches on one of my gear. So awesome little knife. Another thing is I don't really have a lot of Tanto knives, so this one's pretty cool because it's both the black blade and the Tanto. Razor sharp, as it would stay because I don't really use it for anything much. So awesome little knife there. Next one is, actually, you know what, I'll leave these open. Next one is the Kbar Mini Dozier. Great little lightweight EDC knife. I love that bright orange handle with the black blade on there. Now, a lot of the videos that I've seen as far as responses and whatnot, and especially Guitar Mikey said it himself too. A lot of the you guys like the black blades once they start getting the wear, what they call the battle scars. Now, the reason that I don't really purchase a lot of black blades is I don't really like that. I know it gives character to the knife and you can see the wear and stuff like that, but I kind of like to keep my knives looking nice and looking good. And I know it's a tool and you should use it and whatnot, but it's all aesthetics for me. So that's the reason that I don't purchase a lot of black blades, because sometimes that coating will start coming off with everyday use. So I'm going to start looking into the blades though, because I do like the way that it looks. So I'll look into maybe purchasing some of my upcoming knives maybe with black blades. But there's the very lightweight, awesome Kbar Dozier. This is my previously reviewed Katana Lite from BladeTech. Another Tanto there with the black blade. Awesome ergonomics on this knife. Fits the hand very nice. For such a thin, lightweight EDC knife, it's got a really thick stock on the blade, so I kind of like that. And I just really like the way that looks, just all black all the way throughout. So there you go. There's that one. I've got this one I've had for many years. This is the CRKT M1601KZ. As you guys can see, this blade does have a lot of wear on it. I kind of stopped using this blade once I started getting more and more into knives, but this is one of my first everyday carry. It was very thin, very long clip, and it fit really nice into the pocket. But once I started getting into the nicer steels and the different looking ones, I kind of gave this one a rest. So there you go. Here's my one that's got a lot of a good amount of battle scars on there. So great little lightweight knife there. This is my zero tolerance number 0350. Awesome knife. But again, I really like the way this knife looks, and I started carrying it and I started using it, and the blade, it's got a little wear, nothing much, but it kind of started looking, like I wanted to put it away because I didn't want it to keep on getting wear. So that's kind of the reason, like I said, why I don't really go with the black blades. But now that I get more and more into knife and collecting and things like that, I can definitely tell which ones are going to be my, my put-away knives, maybe carry on special occasions, and which are going to be my everyday use knives. And something like this would obviously be a great heavy EDC use knife. So, I kind of have to get over that whole fact and maybe start putting, some more use to my knives. But there you go. Great G10 handles on this. I mean, it's really grippy. It's a monster knife, if you guys haven't held one of those. Next one is the SOG Aegis Tanto, and this is I was looking at the Aegis with the other type of blade, just the spear point blade, and it just felt so weak especially at the tip for me. And I know you're not supposed to be doing anything too spectacularly strong with the tip, but once I saw this one with the partial serrations and the Tanto and just the black blade, I really dig the look of this particular knife. Very lightweight handle, very nice ergonomics, and the clip just rides really deep in your pocket. So this was a great knife. I actually use this in my bailout bag, as my go-to knife if ever something happened to my EDC one. So you have a lot of options with this. You know, you've got the really strong blade. It's a really, you know, long blade as well, so it gives you a lot of good purchase. You got the serrations, you got the Tanto, so you know you get a lot of out of this one little knife. So really like that one. Then here's the other SOG, and this is the Trident, also in Tanto. Great jimping right up here. You know, some of the better jimping I've seen in some knives. You know, it's got some right here on the handle, but you know, you automatically want to come up here if you're going to choke up on something. It's got the cutout, so it becomes a seatbelt cutter. So I actually carry this one in my vehicle. Again, the deep ride pocket clip, and you know, awesome sturdiness. So these are all my my black bladed folders. As you guys can see, I don't really have that many. And then I do have two fixed blades. I kind of almost missed this one. This is the Kbar TDI. It does have a black powder coated blade there. You know, if you guys don't have one of these, awesome ergonomics as a weak side knife. You know, it's got the clip right there. Clip could be a little better in my opinion. It kind of makes it ride a little bit too wide, but just depends on how you use it. But just the knife itself, if you train properly on how to use this, you know, it's an invaluable tool as a backup to a weapon, you know, like I said, on your weak side. So awesome blade there. And then last but not least, I still have the Roughman here. And again, I've done a couple videos on this, so you guys have seen. And I have been putting some use to this, and you know, as you guys can see, you know, I sharpened up the blade a little bit up here as well. And obviously this is a black, you know, coated blade, so it kind of fits into this. But this is obviously the prototype model. I just wanted to give you guys also a little bit of an update. The designer did you know, narrow this grind down a little bit to make it, you know, it's still a kukri style, but to make it a little bit easier to sharpen also. And you know, I'm telling you, I've been using this knife, like I said, putting this through some light cutting, light chopping and things like that, and it's held up really nicely. It does have some wear from the actual sheath here, but you know, that's something that the designer fixed as well. He made some modifications to the sheath also. So awesome chopper. You know, if you guys are still interested, you know, these are still up for sale. And I did get some word from the designer that he might be coming up with something maybe more of a neck knife style. So it just all depends on you know, how the popularity of the Roughman goes. So if you guys have definitely any questions about this, you know, feel free to let me know. So there it is, my black bladed knife collection. Guitar Mikey, thanks for getting the ball rolling on this, and hopefully we'll see more people jump on and show us their you know, black bladed blades. All right, guys, thanks.